oui, pour un kilomètre. Elle est relativement fiable.
Ja, tak. Jeg er nødt til at... Ja.
Skal vi det? Nej, jeg er ikke dig bare. They're hoping I can.
Time of year, I guess. It's like
c'était le Francis d'Arc peut-être. Francis Clark. Saint-Francis Clark peut-être. Déjà, on a une vue pour longtemps. Il leur dit dégage de la piste des. On n'a pas le droit de rouler sur la piste des cavalcades. En fait, t'as vu, c'est le droit là-bas. Et ils ont des haut-parleurs énormes. Arrête de filmer le drapeau américain. Ah. Voilà. Alors le vent est, c'est pas compliqué. Le vent est d'ouest. Hein. Ah. Elles sont belles ces maisons. Ils sont vraiment de temps. C'est impressionnant.
Go over to the guy?
Why is everyone driving now?
You can do that. That's how we're looking at it.
Mais là on voit beaucoup mieux à pied, c'est con de descendre sa voiture, ça sert à rien. Ils sont contents, les gens qui font de la voile. Il y a toujours du vent ici. Là, il faut que je descende un peu. Il y a une ligne qui me gêne. C'est des petites pétrolettes, mais il y a un arrangement. Voilà, qu'est-ce que c'est que cette bagnole là? Ouais, filme-le là. ils ont quand même, les Allemands, ils ont quand même flingué.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ah oui, c'est des beaux bateaux.
If it's a bronze colored head like that, that's a war.
That's the warhead.
Yeah, and I mean, no recovery now.
And it's either yellow or orange.
This is a
This is an exercise head.
cutaway of the exercise head.
And what would happen, they would sense at the end of the run, high pressure air would come here, go through this blow valve, blow the water out through this valve, okay, which is a check valve. The
Right.
water can only go one way. And then once you got to the surface, these pots would blow an ink, a green ink
Like
or
a
dye,
chartreuse
and you
color.
can say, oh, there it is over there, type of thing.
Yeah, you see that.
And what's all this stuff?
This is the
Well,
four
these-
torpedo
oh,
tubes
that's
back here.
My babies, our babies.
Yeah, but see, notice the numbers. That's 8 and 10,
Yeah.
and 7 and 9.
Remember, starboard is
It's
odd numbers.
Odd numbers. Fire this way?
Oh yeah, aft. Well, you're shooting aft.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I go both
Yeah.
directions.
That's forward, and this is
Yeah.
aft. Yeah.
Right.
This little guy right here is called a signal
Pour
ejector.
remonter après.
Yeah.
If you're out doing operations,
On peut continuer?
you had different flares. They look like a.
Ah oui, d'accord,
They're about
ah oui.
yay long. They look like a bullet, but they're about 24 inches long,
Yeah.
3 inches in diameter. You'd load a red one for if you were having
emergency service.
Emergency. In other words, all the other ships get away from you, so you can come up. But if it's a green one, you might be in an exercise, and you're telling.
Oh, you probably could, yes. Several hundred
Well,
feet.
whatever
Really?
the length of the submarine was. Remember what that was?
311.
That's the depth of the submarine.
Wow.
That was the max
roll a
depth.
torpedo
300
right here,
feet.
huh?
Actually, this one was a little rolling.
This is called a mine tail.
Oui, c'est
Peut-être lance-torpille arrière, c'est bien.
Ah oui, c'est les torpilles arrière. Il y en avait déjà 4. Oh, t'en as 4. Je croyais que c'était les torpilles avant. Mais non,
Non,
le canon
c'est
est vers l'avant.
Non.
Voilà. Non, c'est vrai que l'autre, c'est là. Ah oui, comme il n'y a pas beaucoup de place sur un bateau, il pouvait dormir là. Hein. Ouais. Ouais. Et tu te souviens quand on a reçu, il disait qu'il y avait des couleurs jaunes, c'était les torpilles. Ils pouvaient récupérer quelque chose. Ça, c'est des shots.
Moustique. Avec le levier pour, tu vois, tirer la chasse.
Bah oui. Avec une soupape pour que t'as pas l'eau de la mer qui revienne.
Tu vois, la bonne écoutille.
Ah ouais, oui.
Donc là, un volard, il passe pas, quoi.
Ah ouais, non, là, ils avaient besoin de gens plutôt petits.
Maar dus de afspoffer van mijn goed toe. Dan is het kans naar voren gekomen. Dat is gekoeld voor de dieselrooster. Dus het moest goed
It's a different light than this one. It's its own DC light. So if you lost all power, you can flip this light on. And it'll be emergency light. Wow.
Là, c'est tous les leviers. Stop. Regarde, c'est filme les leviers là. Filme-moi.
It's cool though, isn't it? It really is.
C'est bien.
Bon, alors, barre à bord toute, 30 degrés. Gouvernail à 0. Ah oui, les ampères, bon, oui, quand t'es sous l'eau, c'est que les batteries, il faut que les batteries soient chargées. Là, tu vois, faut pas oublier le chargeur de batterie, hein. T'es sous l'eau. Bon, donc ça, c'est les manettes, c'est pour faire... Oui, maintenant ils sont beaucoup plus gros les tours.
Really? Yeah, oh yeah.
So, and this is your main induction air.
Yeah.
Induction air.
And it's
Gotta have air.
You gotta have air, yeah.
To run these engines.
Yeah.
So up in the sail area, there's a big mushroom valve.
It's 36 inches hydraulically operated.
Yeah.
36 inches,
Oh, very important, when you dive a submarine, you're going below the water. That's shut it here too.
It's hydraulically opened this way, okay? So that big metal goes up, okay? So when they dive, they hit the hydraulics, it shuts down. Why down? Because the sea pressure is
It's gonna hold it down.
push-
It's not gonna wanna push it off the
Yeah,
seat.
exactly, yeah.
So that's the, so this is, these both developed
Après,
1600
il y aura une
horsepower.
interro.
And there's four of them.
There's four of them, so you get 64.
This is the after engine room, we'll go to the four, and they're identical, okay? I think the difference being, you may have stills in the four. Yeah.
That's this way.
Yeah.
How many horsepower? Oh, and this is for when you are even the restaurant, what you will drink? And this special.
It's all technical.
It's all very small.
You don't want to have full, you get sea pressure.
25 days.
Where they could cruise, you get deep enough.
And now in a nuclear submarine, I think they are a little larger.
Yeah, they have like multiple stories and stuff.
But it's never under sea pressure.
Clean fuel tank, or somewhere around.
Goes into more oxygen tanks.
Yeah,
You'll see them from here. Now this is an interesting thing. This is interesting thing. This is an engine order telegraph for self-powered. They got it so people, you crank this, you dial whatever compartment you want.
and it'll bark in that.
We call it the growler.
Growl.
So you answer
And
the other
you
compartment.
can talk to that guy and say, hey, listen, we need more beer back here, or whatever.
But you know, this is still on nuclear submarines today. Why?
Oh, yeah,
Because if it ain't broke, don't
Don't
fix
fix
it.
it.
You lose all your power, you can still
Still
communicate.
use that thing, yeah.
With that sound power. Nice.
It's like an airline that runs it.
Ouais, ça serait intéressant. Parce que
No, it just
ça
runs
serait
a
une
little,
visite guidée
like a hand crank radio or something. It's a little generator.
par les
We have two
vétérans.
stills, and they're 2,000 gallons per day each still.
Wow.
In other words, if this one broke down, they could still make water 2,000 gallons per day. Now,
It's like a desalinization.
it's a
Yes.
desalinization.
Problem is it gets
Submariners-
130, 140 degrees back there.
Yeah, super hot.
Hence the fan.
Super hot. But the thing of it is, submariners on this boat do not take showers.
You don't
They
shower
don't take
underway.
baths.
Nobody showers.
No one showers, captain on down. You smell like nice and foo-foo juice when you start. 3 months later, you smell like shit, okay? But the reason being, only 1,000 gallons per day.
His dungarees are all full of holes, and so he's
Yeah.
not changing
And-
these.
and
because
what
I
they
gotta
would-
crawl down that battery well.
And what they would really do,
Acid all over my
they would
dungaree.
take their dress blue uniforms that were old because they're wool, they would put those on. A wool gabardine, or wool shirt, solid wool, and put on wool pants, go down in the battery well, and the battery acid didn't hurt that wool at all. You can put battery acid or electrolyte on a wool shirt, won't hurt
I
it
didn't know
really.
that. I know it ate up dungarees.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I know it ate up Jimmy's dungarees.
I was around when
After we lost Algeria. And after that's all, we don't have any territory left.
so it's okay.
Now, battery,
Big things.
full,
There's the
access to it.
No, there's nothing down there now, no
Oh,
battery.
okay, they got it locked, but there's that battery, 126 cells are in this compartment right here.
Une porte, il y a une porte qui fonctionne.
You know what this is? This is, we didn't have this on Carter Arrow. That's an ice cream maker.
You gotta be high.
Remember, this is used after,
It says free, so.
after the war, they used
Yeah.
to training and stuff, they had ice cream.
Oh, so while they were training, they could have fresh
Yeah.
when it's 140 degrees in the boat. Yeah.
Remember I
Makes
told you
sense.
this was spoiled? This is the after battery batch.
Bon,
This is
voilà.
who's done yet.
Là, c'est la cabine.
C'est ça, on va bien. It's no hook up.
We changed the watch every 4 hours, so we fed the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
This-
80, 60 dudes ate in here.
Yeah, no,
The office
all
is
the
dead.
12 of them. This would hold 36, I think 36, 24. 24?
And they moved the sail back, and that's why they made room for the
Okay.
snorkel pipe. So
I
the
was-
main induction
My
outbreak
boat-
gear was out here.
My boat
Ours
was a
too.
snorkel boat.
Yeah.
That's why main induction is
So
out.
that's why it's out there.
Main induction is
Shut
a
the
big
lock.
air pipe, 36 inches in diameter, okay? Open while you're on the surface, up about that high, hydraulically open.
And all the
It's
air
up here,
goes in.
and all the air sucking to the engines goes back through that big 36-inch hole, okay? When they dive, boom, they shut that, and then the guy in the galley
Backs it up, makes
backs
sure
it
it's
up
shut.
with the hand backup, okay? Make sure that main induction's shut and locked. If you don't, you've got 36 inches of water coming into the submarine. Where's the submarine go? 30,000 feet, back to the bottom.
Because during in 1939 we have indicator lights that tell you that the main induction's shut. Well, it indicated on squareless that it was shut,
That was over.
but it wasn't.
Right.
So that's why some of these things are in little different places.
This was a refrigerator freezer.
Right.
Okay? Now after that is battery. Remember I told you? Okay, this is
Oui, mais une cuisine quand même. Il y a un peu d'air.
Put 3,000 pounds in those valves.
Ça, c'est la cuisine.
So you want to conserve. So after you get to the surface,
I'd probably do it.
I don't know, watch your
That's
depth.
too much of place.
Is it like 35 feet or
And
something?
this to cook.
And you know it hatches out of the water.
Very important.
Secure main ballast blow, secure an eye, shift to the low pressure blow. That is only 10-pound air, but high volume. See over there? Those big snake like, yeah, that's right. That's low pressure blower. That's when you finish, complete the surface.
Dan rijst die hier, dan mag je hem zo
Ah oui, bon, là, il y avait la radio, le sonar, etc. Ils avaient les sonars déjà. Oui. Ah oui, oui.
There's a diesel engine, part of a small diesel
Voilà.
engine.
Oh, is there a dinky down there? Oh,
And,
Periscope downplane.
no, periscope is up there in what we call a conning tower. They've got it closed off. They just don't want people falling down.
that's
the
right,
ladder.
that's right, the vertical ladder, they're
Yeah,
afraid to have people.
yeah,
climb.
yeah.
And this this little gizmo here is called a Christmas tree.
Remember we said that, they said, oh, they thought something was shut when it was actually open? That became the advent of this Christmas tree. It showed your main openings, hole openings, and the captain, or the chief of the watch would holler out, green board, and the captain would say, dive the boat. Green board, all these lights had to be green.
Everything's
okay?
closed.
All of them closed, okay?
Dive to a green, if you don't have a green board, you want to dive.
Green board, commence
It's
your
not
dive.
good, you're getting water in a people tank.
Yeah.
As they say. You don't want to
And the chief of the watch would sit here. These were hydraulically operated
vents.
vents to open the vents so you could submerge, like the open valve buoyancy forward group, number 2 after group or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then, so what would typically happen on Ooga, dive, above the conning tower, which is a bubble up on top of where they got the periscopes and stuff, is the hatch leading to the bridge. So on Ooga dive, the 2 lookouts come down.
lookouts.
And one of them is on a bow planes, he rigs it out. Those are big wings.
Yeah, they come
And,
down.
so they fold down and then he tips them like this, so they're
So it
hitting
catches
down.
the water.
And he-
Down.
yeah.
And then the stern planesmen, those are always rigged out back by the after torpedo room where it
You don't
first
see them,
starts.
they're out in the water,
So-
underneath the
Yeah,
water.
He might say, make your depth 150 feet, 7-degree down bubble. So this guy goes for full dive.
Yeah.
That guy counteracts it to the 7-degree. See the carpenter's bubbles there?
Yeah,
That's what they call submariners
And they
bubble
both have
heads.
the identical shallow water depth gauge,
Yeah.
so they've dropped their depth down to 150 feet, okay?
When they get near 150, like 140 feet, they start coming off of the dive.
And you can see the angle on the boat with this called an incline meter. That bubble right there,
Yeah.
they can do a real precise or kind of a radical bubble.
Yeah. Well, if you're in a hurry, you might say, make your dip, they're coming out, destroyers coming in, make your dip 200 feet, 10 or 12-degree down bubble. Now
And
your
then
bubble,
they'll-
your angle's down a lot steeper.
And then they have a valve that they can shut these off, okay? They turn those off.
Then you got a deep water
They got a
gauge.
deep water gauge that they can turn on or open to where seawater can give you pressure down to whatever depth
Yeah,
that they want to go to. This right here is called a mark or gyro. It's called a gyro table. And this is called a Mark
Open the
19
vents.
gyro.
He goes, what if we don't have a green board? He goes, then we're just gonna have to do the best we can. Shut everything and get it buttoned up and surface again. So they made it in 33 seconds or so.
So this is basic. This compartment is called a control room, and between the control room and the conning tower is the heart of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. All the navigation is done here, the steering and diving is done here.
Depth
The
control is done here.
the attacks and the shooting of the torpedoes is done here. It's the shooting of the torpedoes aft and forward is also second. When they fire up here, they also fire in the torpedo room at the same time to make sure that buzzard leaves the boat.
Là, on va vers l'avant.
Okay.
Là, aussi.
En fait, c'est des couchettes des officiers, là.
Ben oui, 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 oui.
Il a quand même, tu vois, dans sa couchette, il a quand même le cadran, tu vois,
Ouais.
de profondeur.
Ah ouais, tout à fait. Et là, c'est beaucoup plus fort, on voit 650. Alors, là, c'est en pied, je comprends. Donc, tu divises par 3, ça fait 200 mètres. Ok. Parce qu'il m'a dit, c'est en pied. Oui,
Oui, parce que c'est un compteur pour les faibles submersions.
ah oui, c'est quand c'était voilà. C'était une comment on appelle ça. Bon, ok. Non, c'était sympa.
Et on a une petite cuisine.
Ah oui. C'est la petite cuisine des autres. It's a VIP quarter. It must be VIP kitchen.
Oui, voilà, attention à la marche.
Ouais.
Attention, il y a une marche là.
Be careful.
The step. Bon, et là, ah bah ça c'est les torpilles avant.
Ouais.
Bon. Et là aussi, ah là il y en avait 6 à l'avant. Merde. Ah oui, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oui. Il est bien.
Russian?
No, French.
French?
Yes.
But I like Russian too. Some. Because my father was Russian.
Okay.
Bigger spice.
Oh, a big torpedo. If you are
Oh yeah, we're having fun. We're just running time. And I enjoy it. And we're giving these people
ça c'est l'avant quand même, je me trompais pas. Donc là, là-bas c'était l'arrière. Le canon était à l'arrière, c'est marrant.
In here?
Down.
About 24. 24. Yeah.
I've seen that there was a welding and cutting machinery in captain.
Yeah, we had machinists, if they needed to make
Faut
small
pas être
parts.
claustrophobe. If you are claustrophobe,
Like a hole in a submarine and you have to weld it.
Oh, not under.
non mais ils connaissent bien ça, oui, ils ont été. Ils ont servi. Aérien. Ah regarde les mouettes. D'ailleurs c'est pas des mouettes, c'est des goélands.
That was very cool.
Tchou. Bon, c'est bien. Ah. Tu vois que la lumière deviendra bien. Attends un peu, tu verras la photo. Bon. Il y en a un, c'est vrai que il m'a demandé si je serais. Regarde celle-là là-haut. Regarde là. C'est un goéland. C'était sympa. Je vais attendre ça pour travailler.
Bye, bud.
ka para maharap, matakbo ng mga.
You know, like everyone's watching.
Il y a même un club de tatouage. Club tattoo.
On the backside on this side.
Ah oui, tiens, vous voyez comme il est là. Je vois son truc. Vous voyez. C'est fou là, j'ai pas vu ça. C'est aménagé. Mon pote de là qu'on a été.